Hello everyone and welcome to the Wormhole. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Battleblock Theather. This is by the Behemoth, the same company that made Alien Hominid and Castle Crashers. It's got that same unique art style and the same kind of brand of quirky, random internet humor. It's a pretty interesting game so far. It's a 2D platformer with a focus on running quickly while collecting things. There's a lot of kind of complex little tricks. Even pretty early on, some of the levels are already a little bit tricky, but there's not really a penalty for death, unlike a lot of these type of games, so it's a little bit more forgiving than a lot of them would be. The gist of the story is that you are on a boat with a bunch of your friends, you're all having a great time, and a storm happens, you crash, you wind up on this island full of cats that have taken all your friends prisoner, including yourself. You are now running through these mazes for the cat's amusement to try and buy back your freedom and free all your friends. So let's jump into chapter 2 here, and I'll show you the way it works. So the controls are very simple. I'm using a gamepad because, first of all, the game recommends it, and generally, as I've said before, platformers tend to work better with it. You get your basic move, you can duck, you can jump, double jump, you got melee on your X button. B is your secondary weapon, so right now I've got a grenade. If you left bumper, you swap to your alternate, which is a landmine in my case. And Y makes you explode dramatically. Very dramatically. You can also hold L2 and yell for help. Doesn't really do anything, and you can kind of take a pose. I'm not exactly sure what this does yet. I haven't had to do anything with it, but anyway, let's get on in here.
Gems of 3 will set you free.
The narrator has a lot of great little voice quips to him. He also gives actually a lot of very helpful tips, which is nice. I would like to get on top of that if possible. There we go. This is one of the cats. You can't really, you can kill them, but you have to get them to go into surfaces and stuff. It's not as easy as just punching them. Ooh, better watch out for that fan.
What a beautiful gemstone for a beautiful prisoner.
Alright. So this game is very much about precision kind of platforming for the most part. Toast? That's new. Every level so far, or not every level, but every few levels they've been adding new mechanics pretty frequently. So you got those little spike bricks, the bouncy bricks, the turrets apparently now. There's lasers, there's those bombs. There's a really good variety so far of stuff to find and do, and your objective is basically you have to get at least 3 gems in a level and then get to the exit. There's more than 3 gems in a level, of course. You've got, in this case, this many gems.
Not too shabby.
I didn't get the time limit there, but there's also balls of yarn hidden in most levels, and so if you do it quick enough, you get a little bit of a bonus. It doesn't really do much. You get a little bit of, oops.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You get a little bit of extra gems, which are only used for unlocking characters. Oh, man. Gotta love those ice physics in platformers, right? So far I haven't seen much of this game in kind of competitive settings, but I would not at all be surprised if this started getting played at for speedruns and that kind of thing. It's definitely got that type of feel going for it.
Rock on, my little naked friend.
Ooh. Oh, I want to get up there. So far I've been pretty much getting A++ on every level, which means getting the par time, getting all of the collectibles, oops.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And including the actual, whatchamacallit, balls of yarn. But now I'm not really doing quite as well. There's a lot of little secret things, like in this case here. Oh, a little warp zone. Alright. I love the little humor and the voice acting. The narrator is easily the best part of this game so far. Come on, I just want the gem. No, no. Come on. There we go. Alright, got them all. And exit. All the little cutscenes, there's a lot of little cutscenes in this between the major acts, as well as obviously the intro. They are very funny. It's done in this kind of theater style. You're also always supposed to be on stage for people. This level I actually have to redo because I didn't actually finish the level there. I got the bonus warp zone. So we'll rerun this really quickly. Oop, that was dumb. So you can kind of regain your momentum a little bit if you are on the ice, which is nice. So as you can see, you can kind of navigate around very quickly, get things done, quickly kind of scramble along and obtain all the items. It makes for a very kind of satisfying experience. Hopefully it wasn't as loud for you guys as it was for me. You can climb on these, nothing hidden. Oh, okay. Oh no, I don't know how to use this thing. That's the first time I've seen this. Oh, no. So items like that seem to have limited number of uses. So it's about not activating it more than you have to. If you mash the button like I was doing at first, you'll actually kill yourself when you run out. So overall, so far, I'm very much enjoying this game. There's a nice little, as I said, humor to it. The platforming is really solid. I've never had an instance where I felt like I was being screwed so far. Again, so far. It's very possible that will change later on as the difficulty gets even higher. But so far, it hasn't been too bad at all. Actually, would like to see what's up here. Really? Oh, I see. Oh, come on, that's mean. There we go. Now we just need to not have that happen. There we go. Oh, that was dumb. And grab over there, get the checkpoint. That's a bad spike. Yeah, the signs of this game surprisingly aren't trying to trick you all the time. There's a lot of very precision jumps you have to make in this game, even really early on, in terms of making sure that you're not going to land on spikes, landing on a single part of a platform, and that kind of thing. The cats can be killed if they fall in things like water or get hit by lasers and that kind of stuff, which makes it kind of interesting because you can actually melee the cats into traps like this. And you can grab stuff, so whoop. You can also use the cats for platforming by jumping on top of them as I did there. Some of their attacks also benefit you quite a bit because you can bounce on the attack. Grab that before I go in here, and that should be the exit. So it's very rock solid platforming. So far there hasn't been any kind of bosses, but there are time trial levels which are a little bit more hectic. You don't have as clear of an idea how many gems there are or anything like that. That's what the big door in the middle was last time, was a sequence of time trials rather. And let's go in here real quick and I'll show you the unlocking of characters. So essentially you have these different concession devices. Each one's got a shape on it. There's a reason for that. There's different head shapes that you can do that will give you different kind of looks to it. So right now I'm this little Viking guy because I got that from one of the round guys, so I'm going to get some of the other ones. Each one costs 10. I've got 50 gems right now, so we can get 5. I don't you really know, but sure. That's kind of cool. Little bandit guy. A square elephant man. Whatever that is. Oh, the puppy dog. Let's go be the puppy dog. I like my Viking, but puppy dog it will be. So this is where you can change your head's shape. Star is pretty awesome, but that's kind of special stuff. So square, and then you have the different squares that you have unlocked. So let's go with the puppy dog. And this is where you can change your 2 sub-weapons so that you can swap between. I haven't really had much of a case where it's been beneficial to use those at the beginning. I assume that they probably are really useful, and if I was better at what I was doing, I'd probably have a much better chance of getting good things working. And these guys you can bribe by giving the balls to, and they actually unlock sub-weapons. So if I go back in here, I have this now. Let's check what that is. Oh, cool. So now I can shoot a fireball, because why not? So we'll do one more level, and then I'll show you one of the cutscenes, and we'll end it there. The cutscenes are definitely kind of the way to go for this. There's also little push and pull mechanics like that. There's cool stuff involving boats that you can do. And push. Oh, that's neat. Oh, these boxes float. That's interesting. Good little puppy dog.
Cool.
And leap. Figured there'd be a secret up there because you could see a thing. Oh, this was a mistake. You really have to watch out with those. They do stop at the first object they hit, which is kind of nice, but so they don't always float. Why was it floating before then? Oh, maybe I was holding it when I fell down, so it pulled it down. That must have been what it was. Does that mean that I can... neat. Wait. Okay, well, that was an easy ball of yarn to get, surprisingly. Oh boy. What's interesting is that the... Oh. Wow, that can actually kill the cats now. That's neat. What's interesting is that the exploding blocks, as you see there, actually can set each other off, so you can actually end up getting a cascade effect where they have managed to destroy themselves, which works really cool. That's neat. I wonder if there's a point in bringing that along. I almost feel like there might be. Oop. And duck again. And exit. So it's fairly straightforward. Bit of good platforming, nothing super complex there. It's done very nicely, as a lot of the Behemoth games are. It's got pretty much everything you would come to expect from their games. Let's just go ahead and exit this level. Yes, exit level. Alright, so one thing that's kind of nice is that they actually included a movie viewer. So you can, when you're not in a, oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm not in a game session, but they must require me to be over on the overworld over here. Oops. They do have multiplayer. I'm not in a game session. Exit level. No, I don't want the level editor. There we go. Okay. Alright, so Chapter 1 movie, that's for completing the Chapter 1. They've got the trailer for the game and the story begins. These are actually pretty long, but let's look at the Chapter 1 movie. The story begins is cool, but pretty long.
Confusing and hopeless situation, but boy, this place is quite the enigma, wouldn't you say? I would. And you know, a little warning would have been nice. You know, before they threw us headfirst into this gladiatorial, prisony place with its perilous medley of twisted stage productions that shred the silky fabric which weaves together the fragile blanket of sanity that keeps us sane. But you know, whatever. Either way, it's safe to say we're in quite a pickle jar here. We gotta rescue our friends and get back to Mr. Boat. I mean, they do the same for you, and adventuring just wouldn't be the same without, I don't know, this guy. Best chef in all the land. Food so stupid delicious, one taste would blow your face through the back of your head. Like bang, splat! And who could forget this quirky fellow? You know, he owns a bat farm back home, and his lifelong dream is to breed a terrifying race of super bats. None of which makes any sense, of course, because he's absolutely terrified of bats. And this lovely lass always tells the best bedtime stories, hands down. Plus, she always smells like chocolate, so that's good. And then there's this guy, and this handsome fellow, and that thing. All your best friends imprisoned, and they don't like it very much because it's bad and horrible. And then there's Hattie, the best friend of all. Why did he stab us in the back and twist the blade? I mean, just this morning he gave everybody flowers and presents, and now he goes out of his way to hurt our feelings? Oh, I think not. You can't fool me. Hattie would never betray us. Betray us. Never! Something fishy's going on here, and I think I don't like it right now at all. It must have something to do with that scary, albeit fashionable hat. Sure looks evil. I mean, it's glowing red and stuff. Glowy red stuff is always bad. Everybody knows that. So what dangerous treats lie in store as we continue to unravel this treacherous sweater? I don't know, but use caution as you continue your gallant endeavor. Don't like fail and die and stuff, cause it's all up to you now. What? Why did it do that? That was scary.
So there you go. So as you can see, the narrator is pretty amazing. He narrates a lot of things in the levels and little comments and quips. You can actually adjust how often he'll talk. You can either reduce or increase it depending on your preference, which is pretty nifty. So there is also a level editor, and as I mentioned, you have online and local play. The level editor I actually haven't messed around with yet, but there's, from what it looks like, let's just check this out. Sure, whatever. Press the back button. Okay, don't care that much. Let's, oh, there we go. So, right bumper gives me the material controls, and then you can just kind of paste stuff. Some of these little fluffy guys, because sure. This is what... Oh, colors of level. Oh, I see. Just you can change the style of the border. And I assume if one of these is going to have the actual level start, level stops, different enemies. There you go. The level end and the starting checkpoints along the way. So there you go. So that's how you can kind of make your own little levels. It seems pretty simple to use. I'm sure there's going to be some insane stuff created by people in the future, because there always is with these type of things. Always. So that's pretty much it for our look at Battleblock Theather. Definitely check it out, it's pretty cool. It was originally on Xbox, but they brought it over to Steam, it was about a month or so ago at this point, and I'm enjoying it. I like this type of game a lot. I'm definitely going to check it out a little bit further after this video is done. I dig the humor, love the platforming, it's very clean, very fun. And you get to mess with cats. What's not to like? So until next time, that's it for me. Wormeck heading out. Now once you get to certain milestones, like at level 25 and at 45, you get the ability to put enough points to tier it up to a new kind of special ability. This actually modifies the way that the abilities will actually work, which kind of greatly changes some of the skills and makes them more, or in some cases, less useful depending on what exactly your objective is with them.